Hi, my name is Amelia Rampe. I'm a food editor, recipe developer, and food stylist from Brooklyn, New York. And today I'm going to show you how to make dinamita, or Dynamite Lumpia. Today we're going to be cooking Dynamite Lumpia. Dynamite Lumpia is not a dish I grew up eating, but when I was traveling through the Philippines last year, I discovered it in Boracay. I actually saw it all over the place, but I finally decided to try it in Boracay, and the sign said dinamita, and I was totally intrigued because they just were these long green chilies wrapped in lumpia wrappers. I had no idea that they were also stuffed with pork and cheese, which is like even better. I don't have access to the same kind of green chilies that they have in the Philippines. Maybe I can find them in Chinatown, but for today's purposes, we're gonna use a jalapeno. So this is kind of like a modified lumpia filling. Usually I have like cabbage and carrots in my lumpia filling, but this has 8 ounces of pork, about 2 tablespoons of finely chopped shallots, but you can also use a yellow onion. It has 1 finely chopped green onion or scallion, and it has 2 finely chopped cloves of garlic. I also seasoned it with 1 teaspoon of salt and a ½ teaspoon of black pepper. And we also have some cheese here. I think it's like generally cheddar cheese, but I am on a real American cheese kick lately. And so yeah, we're gonna be using about 4 ounces of American cheese in this recipe as well. What I'm gonna do next is I'm going to show you how to de-seed the jalapeno safely. So the first thing I'm gonna tell you to do is wear some gloves because the little oils in the pepper are really, really hot, and if you don't protect your hands, they're gonna end up all over your hands, and then everything you touch, that hot oil will also be on everything. So yeah, just play it safe. Wear some gloves. I'm actually gonna wear 2 sets of gloves because I have found that even when I use 1 set of gloves, they still find a way, those little hot oils find a way to seep in, and I don't want that today. So I'm just gonna show you this. We cut down the center and then right across at the tip of the stem, and then we're gonna open it up and we're gonna dig all the seeds out, and then I will show you. I'm gonna start by cutting them all first, and then we'll start de-seeding. And you can see all the seeds. The seeds is like what carries all the spice. So I'm gonna, wherever you can see like some white, you can try to slice that out. And it's really important to slice this part right here. That actually holds all the seeds in the chili. And then you can kind of just start pulling the things out. See? All right. And now the rest of them. So I'm gonna take the jalapeno, and I'm first gonna put some cheese in the bottom. Cheese. And it's about 2 teaspoons of the filling. So not a whole tablespoon. That would be too much, which you just learned. And I would just kind of like give it a little roll so it'll like easily and snugly fit in the center of the jalapeno. All right, so I put my lumpia wrapper down flat on my board, and then I'm gonna take one of the corners in and fold it in toward the center. I'm gonna lay my jalapenos with the stem toward the folded end, and it's gonna be poking out just a little bit. And then I'm gonna fold the opposite corner in a little bit, like maybe 2 inches. And then I'll bring the rest of the half up over the top of the jalapeno. And then I'm gonna take this side and I'm gonna fold it over the pepper and then just tightly roll it all the way till you get almost to the edge. And then I'm gonna take a little egg wash. I'm gonna seal it. We're just gonna repeat until they are all done. Now it's time to fry. I'm gonna grab my pan off the wall, and I'm gonna get some oil. We wanna pour enough oil in the pan that it'll like reach halfway on the chili pepper. We want to have the oil be somewhere around 350 to 365 degrees. I think maybe because the jalapenos are a little bit thicker than the chilies you find in the Philippines, that you're probably going to be better off starting at around 350. That way you can give the chili a little bit more time to cook through. The walls are thicker on the chili, so the heat has to penetrate the pork, and we want to make sure the pork is cooked all the way through. Let's see how long it's going to take. So I'm going to put a little timer on just to calculate my time. About 3 minutes on one side before you flip. You want to drain the oil out before you put on the paper towel. And if you're making a lot, I would recommend putting them in a 200-degree oven on a sheet tray like this. Yeah. You want to give them a few minutes to cool down, because if you bite into that and it's piping hot, you're not going to enjoy it as much as you would if it was a little bit cooler. You'll get to taste the things instead of burning your mouth. Here we are. This is my jalapeno dynamite lumpia. It's still too hot to bite. I really want to bite it. Enough time has passed and they are finally cool enough to eat, I think. But today I'm going to bring in my special taste tester, my daughter Simone. Pick one. So they might be spicy, okay? Oh, watch out. A little bit dripped out. Ready? Just like this. Mmm. 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 Mmm.
That's good.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Here, over the plate. That's it. That's all we got. Make these, they're so yummy.